Okay, so here's Norushen. Didn't start right at the start. This time, one changes math and Wood's going. Usually I go in.
Ignore that big. Be
What
as
I
small
do,
and effective.
actually, before I go in, you can
Let the
actually
tank
time a
grab that big
pre-pot
before you die.
and get mostly the full benefit before when you're actually fighting the ad in there. When you're outside here, really, I mean, POM, Divine Star on cooldown, as long as it hits everyone, there's enough healing to do. There's not a lot of
Save
great
yourself.
mobility spells for us. When people get really low there, I tend to stop and Binding Heal. It's a great quick heal for, I mean, yourself and two others. Not a lot of mobility aside from like Penance and holy crap, I forget the spell. Yeah, that gold one. That's the tier talent. Solace. Holy crap, it was dumb. Good times to Spirit Shell really are any time during this fight. If most of the time people are fairly high, you can try and time it so that it's going to hit when the big ads come out. Because even before they drop orbs, just them being out does a continuous AoE to the raid. I was a little late going in for my spot there. So you can see here, I really just DPS the ad the whole time. Really quick on the dispels if I need to dispel one of them. If it's low enough, sometimes I'll just continue. So right there, boom, dispelled. Back to the boss. Don't really stop casting for anything. Typically, the gray stuff under me seems to coincide with penance, so I really don't have to stop. Yeah, usually it dies pretty quick for me. So, when I get back out, I probably should have even just used maybe a Spirit Shell right then. You do want to try, I guess, and get in as many casts of it as possible. One thing you can follow up with Spirit Shell is with Inner Focus, so you get the extra guaranteed crit for another Prayer of Healing from that to put the mini bubbles. Same thing, I mean, Archangel and then Divine Star, PUM on cooldown, things like that. PUM is great on this fight. I keep it on cooldown all the time. If anyone does get low, I mean, there's certainly bubbles. I was a little slow there to save Morphus.
Bump, Aura.
Now, quick way you can get around that, this time I stopped to do a bit of healing in between, but you can bubble and then run right around the beam and get back to blue, or green, whichever the stack point is. Again, people are low, I throw in some binding heals for some quick multi-people healing. And yeah, I gotta keep an eye out for balls still. That I probably could have got that. Although, typically, I mean, if we can help it, it's better for us to avoid taking them. We get a double nerf being Atonement. At that point, I really just hammed. I felt we might as well get it out of the way. People seem to be low enough. Yeah, still mostly the same. There's actually a ball way out there for quite a while that I noticed in this video that I didn't really do in the fight. One thing as well is you can watch the timer for the Blind Hatred. So at that point, I was really just lazy. You may not have to move at all, or you may only have to move slightly at the end. What I did there is I threw Pain Suppression on and just ran right through it. Sometimes it's pretty helpful if you need to get back to healing right away. But that one I was just kind of lazy. So I'm not making great use of Inner Focus. Like I used it there, but there was a significant chunk of time where it was on cooldown, or off cooldown, that I could have used it for extra levels on people. Positioning of Divine Star is kind of important there to try to get a bunch. Same thing when I'm on the go.
Shaman, totems down.
I do Penance and then Solace and PUM, various things like that. If people get low, I will bind and heal. So really during 40%, actually yeah, probably about 40% on, once there's no more ads, or sorry, mostly just the ads that the tank are handling and so I really just try and DPS full time. Typically the main issue for us we run into is hitting the preserve timer. So rather than the extra healing, I just do that extra damage.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still throw Spirit Shell, but you'll see later on that I don't even usually do that when it's off cooldown. That time I chose the wrong side of the beam. If it happens to pop right where you are, you usually get actually a second or two to pick which side you want to go on without it actually damaging you, from what I find. And I just chose the wrong side. So, during that part again, I just want to focus on damage, so I threw in a bubble to avoid avoid having to heal any damage. A couple people were low. I probably would have called for him here, except I was still going with the... I guess probably could have. I was still going with the idea of it would be better to get more damage into the boss, so I didn't. And it seemed like I had enough to be able to do things, really, if things went badly. So, yeah, that was really pretty much it. Actually, it was a pretty good attempt overall, I'd say. Only other special thing I'll emphasize again that I do really at the start is when the boss countdown starting for him boats come out, typically around like 2, I will push a pot. If you're going in first, you still get at least 15 seconds of benefit from the pot, which can definitely help you kill the ad quicker. And that's really it.